Well, here you are. You're ready to start your own business. I don't blame you if you're excited to learn, be passionate, get creative, help your community, whatever your reasons might be. Regardless, you've decided that you want to explore this wide world of business. Now what? Why don't we start by determining the basics of what we want to do? We're going to create something called a value proposition. This is just us figuring out the exact value that we're going to provide our customers and how we will provide that. Something that a lot of people value is their money. They find it very difficult to part ways with it. Usually though, they can justify this if they feel like they're getting something valuable in exchange for it, something that helps them, something that solves their problems or clears up any annoyances in their day. This is why, when we're starting our business, we ask ourselves that very important question. What problem can I solve? How can I help people? What can I provide for them that will be of value? You and your team are going to create a solution to this problem, and the vessel for the solution will either be a product or a service. Now, a product is something tangible, something that you can hold and give to somebody else, whereas a service is an act that you do to help the other person. Now, before we continue to bring our idea to life, we really have to understand exactly what it is that we're doing. So, the first step of creating your value proposition is writing a detailed product or service description. What is it that you're going to make, or what is it that you're going to do? Next, you're going to want to think about and write down who your target market is. These are the people whose problems you're solving. Think about who they are and describe some of their common characteristics. Next, we want to describe our competitive advantage. This is basically what makes you special. Your customer might want to go with a different solution, or they might not even understand the gravity of their problem in the first place. So you really have to understand what sets you apart in order to communicate that to your customer in the future. Let's keep moving along and get into the nitty-gritty of what we're doing. Next, we're going to write down our materials and processes. If you're creating a product, you have to write down what specific materials you need to assemble it. These are the little pieces that you're going to bring together to assemble that final tangible product. If it's a service, you really have to understand what it is exactly that you need to do to complete it for the customer. Something else you need to consider is whether or not you need additional equipment to make the product or deliver the service. Now that we have all these little pieces of information of the exact things we need to make our product or deliver our service, we're going to write down the steps that we have to take every time we want to produce a product or deliver a service. It's also good practice to note down approximately how much time you think you'll need for each of the steps. Okay, we're almost done, but I'm going to warn you really quick, this next step might sound a little bit backwards. In business, you have to understand that in order to make money, you have to spend money. I promise it'll all make sense very soon. At this point, we have all of our ingredients and we know each of the steps that we have to take to make our product or deliver our service. What we want to figure out now is how much money it will cost for us to do this. So we're going to be exploring our costs. On screen, there's going to be a table that shows you how you break it down. What you're going to do is research each of the raw materials that you'll need and get a rough price for a pack. You break down that price into cost per unit, and then you can get a rough idea of how much it costs to make one product or deliver every service. Awesome. We've done all of that, and now we have one final step left in our value proposition, and that's to determine what price we're going to sell our product at or deliver our service at. I'm going to recap really quickly. In our value proposition so far, we've looked at what need or demand our customers have. We've looked at our target market, which people's problems we want to solve. Then we looked at what materials we needed and the things that we're going to do with them, as well as the related costs to these things. Having all of this information shows what kind of value we're providing to our customers. Now, through determining our price, we're going to attach a value, a dollar value, to everything that we're providing. When you're trying to set a price, think about everything else we've done so far. How great of a problem are you solving for your customers? How unique is your product or service? Who is your target market? How likely is this group to spend extra money on a solution for this specific problem? We also want to consider the cost that we had to make this product or service, as well as the time it takes to make each unit. Considering all these different angles allows us to set a fair price. It allows us to quantify the exact value that we're providing to our customers for solving their problem. And that's it. Baby food, right? I know joining the program and starting your own business can seem a little bit daunting, but we're going to go through these videos and take baby steps all the way until we have a very successful corporation. Matter of fact, look at you right now. You just created a value proposition and have started to write the success story of your company. The value proposition is like a seed where the rest of your company grows from, and you've taken that first step. So well done. I encourage your team to make multiple different value propositions so you can explore a bunch of different ideas on products and services. Once you're getting closer to finalizing one, check out the next video in this series to see the steps of actually bringing a product or service to life. I'll see you there.